I love the joy that I see in the young kids today coming and walking to the front doors of Salty Rooster.
It's a bright and sunny morning, gonna cruise right by your house.
You know what's better than one Salty Rooster? The second one.
Any other team will tell you, and any other management group for a team will tell you there's usually a lot of food lying around, but not with the Salty Rooster. There's nothing left.
It's a family recipe that's generated from Greece, and finally I had to steal it some way, somehow off my grandmother.
Oh my God, I love Salty Rooster burgers.
You can see all the advertising for the other people, but when you get into their stores, the product does not live up to the advertising. Well, Jimmy's does.
Mothers walking in with their children, you know, looking up at me in my eyes and actually saying, "Oh, can I please have a little rooster?" Now, that is unbelievable. When I started Salty Rooster, I started at the age of 29. I actually invested money in a chicken shop. And over the period, I introduced more burgers and more flavours and more countries. Well, when I was putting this menu together, especially with all the flavours, what I was trying to do is capture on every burger a flavour from a country.
The success of Salty Rooster in the first store at Narrabeen was achieved so fast over a period of 3 years that Jimmy even had enough capital to actually then open his second store.
I believe the team that Jimmy's pulled together is top-notch, and he's prepared to invest in that, so the system and the model and the ongoing work and development is always going to be up there with the best, if not better.
In 2007, the strength and conditioning coach for the Manly Eagles NRL club walked into my store.
For 5 years now, you know, before matches and after matches, we've always had Salty Rooster refuel us. If we're travelling to a match, we travel by bus, or even if we're going to the airport to fly, we like to feed the men because obviously these men have to eat several times a day. And so what we do is we call Jimmy, we order in our Salty Roosters, we order in 40 or 50 Salty Rooster burgers, and that's what we'll eat before we actually get to the plane or to the game. And then after the matches, we would have arranged with Jimmy again, and all those Salty Rooster burgers will be brought back into us after the match for the boys.
To get that right, it takes a lot of planning from our side of it. And that comes down to the way we keep our kitchens. How it's maintained, how it's preserved, and how it will be delivered on the premises or on the buses or after the game tour.
The big jockey's going to take two.
You can't make a decision like this lightly, quite simply because if you get it wrong and you get an effect of food poisoning, or even just if the wrong amount of ingredient is put in or into a gravy or whatever, and you get a sluggish, you know, too much fat, you know, you're talking about millions of dollars worth of athlete. We've never had any problems. We've always had the very best quality in food. We know that it fuels them to get through very intense training days.
The key is the chicken with a marinade that actually gives you all the flavour that you need. And the most important thing is it gets cooked as ordered. All the ingredients have been cut freshly every day, so the lettuce, the tomatoes, the cucumbers, even the cheese. The mayonnaise has been picked very carefully. It gets made overseas, so we import it into the country. It's made out of soybean oil, which is very nutritious. I love putting things together and designing something and creating something. But to get that vision across, especially where I want to go in life, I need professional people.
In working on McDonald's from an advertising perspective and close relationship with the franchisees over many years, and starting and working in a franchise model like Gloria Jean's Coffees, you learn a tremendous amount. And there are some key elements that come out in a franchising model. One is you have to have training, not just initially but ongoing. Secondly, you have to have consistency in your product where it can be replicated right out. And thirdly, you have to get the right franchisees.
The success of any business model relies heavily on repeat business. And we've got the systems in place to support that, from local store marketing to customer service. Yeah, everything's covered by systemising and documenting every single process, from training to cooking of the burgers to serving the customers, and also bringing that passion that really has made Salty Rooster to what it is today. Our aim is to ensure that individuals can join our team and not just build one store, not just run one, but actually run 2 or 3, and to be able to know that we've got a vested interest in them.
One thing I love about Jimmy and Salty Rooster is not only just his passion, but also he's innovating the whole time. You can't just sit there and say everything's now terrific. He cannot sit still. He's always got new ideas, and that's what needs to come through in a franchise.
It's become a part of our eating culture now, the Salty Rooster.
By the time the burgers sit there, they're all disappeared.
What can I say? They must be delicious because they try. Yeah, a coach is hard pressed to find one at the end of the day.
What I love about this business is the passion and the fun that you can have. Not only helping to build your future, but also the fun that we're creating within the franchise network.
Salty Rooster will be my dream, basically, to see it all around the world. Young kids actually walking into the stores with a passion, saying like, I want a thick shake, or I want an ice cream. Oh, can I please have, that brings delight to my face, knowing that this young kid has woken up and has decided to come into my store for the day. Now, that's an experience you can't believe or explain to anyone.
Something that the world has never tasted so good.